Hey there YouTubers, it's Jeff Perry with the Better Than Average YouTube channel. And tonight we're going to be talking about buying fireworks. It's going to be part 3 in our 6-part series. Everything you need to know about buying fireworks. YouTubers, like I said, this is going to be part 3 in our 6-part video series, how you can produce a better than average fireworks show in your backyard this 4th of July season. So we talked about, first we talked about the types of fireworks we're going to be shooting, especially on aerial displays. Second thing we talked about was remote firing systems. Part 3 in the series is going to be talking about how do you purchase your fireworks. Seems like a normal enough thing to do, or an easy enough thing to do, but you know, if you're going to be on a budget like most people are, and you still want to put on a badass display, you're going to have to take a couple tips and know a few tricks of the trade to get started. You know, basically anyone can show up at a fireworks stand, spend $2,000-$3,000 and come home, wire it up, and put on a great display. But what I'm showing you is how to do one for less than $500, and basically this year we're going for less than $400. So I want to share with you some of the tips that I've learned. Hopefully you can help you out going forward. So one of the first things you're going to want to do when you're thinking about your display and your party or event, whenever you're going to do your entertainment piece for the night, is you need to envision your show. So in your mind you're kind of thinking, where are my people going to sit? You know, how many minutes do I want this to last? Do I want it to be slow and methodical? Do I want it to be all quick, a bang, 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 bang? So think about what kind of aerial show you want to do, and then how long you want it to last, and then of course take that and plan. So one of the things I like to do is get on Excel and put together a diagram kind of you know, how I want my display to be, you know, and I'm timing my display out with obviously fuses, and then we'll do a remote firing system as well. But this is kind of going to be, like I've said, my main rack is going to be the heart of my display, and that's going to run 12 to 14 minutes. And then I'm going to supplement the racks with all of my cakes. So in my mind, I've kind of, you know, before I even went to the fireworks stand, before I started researching what it's going to cost to do a display like this, I kind of planned out how I wanted it to be. Now, if I'd have planned it out twice this size and it came out, man, way over budget, and I was like basically going to get me a divorce, then, you know, I'd come back and readjust and say, okay, maybe I need to scale that down a little bit and see what you know, bring myself back into reality. So, you know, definitely have a plan before you even start looking for fireworks or shopping. But when it comes to shopping, this may sound obvious, just like anything else, you really need to shop around. So I live in South Texas, and in the Metroplex that I live in, there's really kind of 2 main players for fireworks. You know, these guys have 50 or 60 stands each, and they're all under the same company name. So obviously I'm going to their websites and doing a little research there. Of course, you still got your little mom and pop, you know, in your locality. You may have one guy who just has his one little fireworks stand. But do your research. Understand who's got the better pricing. And some of these guys, they put their pricing online. That makes things a lot easier. Sometimes, you know, the best guy in town may not even have a website. You just really kind of got to shop around. So on that first day, especially in Texas, you know, our season runs from June 24th to July 4th is when you can actually buy fireworks during the summer. Go shop around, and after you do that the first year or two, you'll kind of understand really who has the price to beat, and that's really who you're going to probably try to do business with. The second piece is, if you can find videos online, once you decide, you know, what kind of racks you want to do, even if a fireworks store or stand does not have a website, someone somewhere has bought that type of cake or that type of artillery shell and shot a YouTube video just like this to show you what it's doing. So you really need to understand what it is you're buying, and the reason is, you know, you may go in there and think, you know, more money equals bigger bangs, more lift charge, etc. But that's not always the case. A lot of times you can get, you know, a better bang for your buck with a smaller ball that's just, you know, a better shell. You know, one of the things I like to do is understand what I'm paying per shell. For instance, the ones we showed in a couple videos ago, these Excaliburs, you know, they ended up being about $2 a shell. You know, that's a great deal because there's little balls like this that you can buy that are basically $2 a shell as well. So which one would you tell me would you want? Would you want a 60-gram canister that's going to go really high and blow up really loud and make a great display, or something a little bit smaller? So really understand what it is you're buying and whether or not it's a good deal or not. Obviously, if you buy, the more you buy, the better price you're going to get. So we won't talk about that. But, you know, don't be afraid. You know, obviously, not everyone likes to use coupons. And I was actually, you know, reading a meme the other day or something like that on Facebook, and it was like, you know, if my wife ever had to hire a private detective for me, it would be to see if I actually used the coupons she gave me at the grocery store. But in this case, this is not, you know, this is not one you want to waste money on. You know, you want to make the best show. Obviously, you're going to save some money at H-E-B too. But you know, fireworks coupons that come out. Check your websites for the big players. They're always going to have some sort of coupon. And literally, what I did last year, there was with this supplier, they had, you know, one type of mortar or one type of shell that I really liked, and basically it was, you know, one coupon per person per day. I literally went by their shop. You know, they have a stand close to the house, and I literally went by their stand probably 5 or 6 different days with that one coupon and bought just one item, and really got me a little big bang for the buck. You know, like I said, going back, one of the things, just don't buy junk. And how do you know if it's junk or not? Do your research online, watch videos, read the reviews, just like anything else. You can really put a lot of money into a fireworks show, and it really doesn't look as good as if you really did your research. You know, a lot of people that buy a ton of fireworks, you know, I got some guys at work that buy $2,000–3,000 worth of fireworks, and they've actually got a distributor license. You know, they're not running a stand or anything like that. But him, his brother, and several of his friends, they get together and they get a license. That way they can buy in bulk. They can buy at basically distributor prices, wholesale prices, and they're not selling any fireworks. They're just getting a few of those guys together, and they're doing such big displays that might be an option you want to consider, especially if you're going to be doing fireworks, you know, several times a year. If you want to do anniversaries or New Year's or 4th of July, things like that. You know, the last piece, definitely you want to budget. Set your budget. Know what your expectations are, what your show's going to look like. If you're going to go to the fireworks stand like I did 5 or 6 times to get that one item, don't get tempted and come outside of your budget, obviously. The last piece, or actually the next to last piece, is don't get caught up in the buy one, get one. You know, I've seen a stand in town the other day, it was buy one, get 11 free, and it's like, obviously, the buy one, get 11 free means the first one costs 12 times what it should for retail. So, obviously, I think a lot of people probably don't get caught up in those scams, but if it's too good to be true, definitely it is too good to be true. The last piece of advice is I would never ever tell your wife what your budget is or what you plan to spend on fireworks. It may just get you in the shoot hole. No, I'm just kidding. Of course you want to tell your wife. And the last thing I want to really talk about is where I got my fireworks this year. It's actually from a guy named Russell's Fireworks. He does business in North Texas, in Wichita Falls. And you may sound, man, that's a long ways from South Texas, but it really is worth the drive to go up there and get what you need. Let me just kind of tell you some of the prices we got for what I pulled in back here. You know, we spent about $400 and got really, in my mind, $800–900 worth of fireworks. Those 24-shot Excalibur shells, $49. Anywhere else, something similar to that, Warlock or whatever else it may be, and a 60-gram shell is going to cost you $100. Even on this coupon, they're calling it $100 shells, $100 box. They got it on sale for $84. So this guy's selling this stuff for $50. He's got tons of 500-gram finale displays, anywhere from $22 to $40, and he really don't even have anything on here much over $50 on a 500-gram cake. Where those other guys, man, you can spend $100–150 on a 500-gram cake. But you know, this guy really sells cheap, stacks them deep, sells them cheap, whatever you want to say. He's even got his own little brand of fireworks. He's got it labeled as Russell's Revenge. Talks about quality, price. I just really can't say enough about the deal I got on fireworks this year from this guy, and I'm getting probably twice as many fireworks as I did last year for almost half the price. And he gives away a free box of artillery shells with every $50 purchase, a free case of artillery shells with every $400 purchase. So that's right on the side of his box. Great to do business with. If you're in North Texas, even if you're not, it's probably worth a couple-hour drive to save yourself hundreds of dollars. So that's pretty much all the tips I got for today. Maybe it helps you out. I hope it does. Part 4 we're going to be filming is going to be pretty interesting. We're going into how to wire these things up, you know, kind of the tips there, how I'm going to wire my racks. Part 5 we'll do some day of the show, last minute activities, you know, the final rack, and I'll kind of walk you through how the display is going to be. And then obviously part 6 is going to be the show itself. So look forward to that. We've been doing a lot of videos here. We're crunching. It's right before 4th of July, so I'd like to get most of these out, except for the last one, you know, before the holidays. So tune in again. Be ready for some more videos coming in the next 4, 5, 6, 7 days, and we'll see you next time.